just to stop the flooded strand, but what's nice is it's not that important that the flooded strand cracks after the brainstorm, because I think seeing fresh cards is probably fine. So we see a Gataxian Probe. Okay. Wow, playset of Vengeance. Wow. Okay. Okay. We literally saw the playset. Now, here's what's unfortunate. I don't know if he has another Wasteland. Mox might give it away. No, there are plenty of variants of Storm that use Chromox besides us. Mangoro. We're not the only Chromox deck. Ad Nauseam Tendrils doesn't typically run it. It's more like the Perfect Storm or the Epic Storm. Now, do you grab the basic here because you're worried about another Wasteland? Okay. So now we know what we're up against. Him, Delta, Goyf, Catacombs. So he's Bog Delver. Can we get screwed by this him? Absolutely. Did I want to play around a second waste? Absolutely. Did I have the option of probing before grabbing the island? I did. P-Dick says he's on Shardless. Oh, he's just Shardless that happened to hit his wasteland. We shuffled, yet we still got a Vengeance. Okay. Why did you attack with the Shaman? Oh, I guess because he tapped both his lands. Here comes the Tarmogoyf. Decay. Okay. What's up, Stein? Here comes the Tarmogoyf. Okay. What's nice is these decks typically don't have too terribly much in the veins of Graveyard Hate. Do you want to play around another Decay or a Hymn to Turok? I'll play around Decay. Oh yeah, Trey? Cool. That's good. I mean, an Emmy swing sets him back, but I just don't imagine he's ever going to tap the Deathrite Shaman. I don't see a reason for him to do so. Now, if we draw like nothing but mana, I could set up a double reanimate. Like, let's say we draw like Dark Ritual, or like land Dark Ritual, because we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's potential that you get to reanimate the Grizzy or the Emmy, but it has to be like right now. Like we have to go Delta. The problem is he's just gonna drain. Decided to build Belcher. What's nice is we can Doomsday this guy. Charles is pretty slow and grindy, whereas our first round was Burn and I couldn't really swap out of this. Unfortunately with the him, the cat's out of the bag. Alright. Doom 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 boo doo doo. Alright, so we're gonna swap. What's nice about this sideboard plan is many things. The first off is his sideboarding is probably going to be incorrect. If he brings in something awkward like Medley Mage, now he's naming the wrong card. There's a lot of cool things that can go right when you switch over, when you swap plans, which is great. And then we just cut the Entombs. Lean, mean, Grizzle Cannoning Machine. Let's go. When you play Chromox, he would auto-assume I'm combo. Obviously P. Dixon, but not necessarily which combo. There's only a few... I mean, yes... Ooh, this is tempting. If this just makes its land drops, we're looking pretty good. I would even save the probe for after we're going off. Like, I would just go flats here. Basic, swamp, Thoughtseize. Seems reasonable. Now, if you ignore the Deathrite Shaman, then opponent's like, wait a minute. Didn't you care about this last game? Needle matters a little bit. We're pretty resilient to a Thoughtseize. Needle I'm less so resilient to, so we've got a Tarmogoyf. We got Tarmo, Cleek, Seize, Bayou, Delta Cata. So if I take the Needle, then we're pretty set to go with the Doomsday kill, or the Sheldock kill. If he Thoughtseizes yes, he might be able to take me off the Storm kill. He can't take both Doomsdays like this. I don't know, it might be correct to just ignore the Needle, take the Thoughtseize, and just try to keep making the land drops, and then just go for it. I feel like I'd seize to keep him from needling accurately. Oh, true, he might just throw the needle out on Grizzlebrand. That's true. That's very true. P-Dick says he's gonna just needle my Grizzle. Yeah, he could. He may. I guess that's what we were talking about with Meddling Mage, just kind of the same principle. Hopefully he has no idea what's going on over here. Unless he watches my show. Here comes the needle. Yeah, I guess the first needle probably does name Grizzlebrand, which is no longer in the deck. I guess that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. So I think we just go Delta, pass, Strand, kill him. Chat crash to you, Kothel? Really? Alright. Take C's, draw Dark Ritual next turn and win. We can go off from a pretty low base. Let's see, so he isn't 19. Therapy. He's at a pretty low base. We know about the Vendilion Clique, so I can keep the probe for when we're going off. Hope they don't have Force of Will, says Mangoro. Well, if we take Vendilion Clique, we might be taking the blue card for his Force. That was the only other blue card I saw for the Force. So win, says Cathal. I need to do some math. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't think it's a lethal storm just yet. Pedix says coast is clear. Oh, I mean, yeah, I could go for the Sheldock Doomsday. Yeah, that's true. I could go for Sheldock Doomsday here. Kathleen, you think I have a lethal storm? I don't think it's a lethal storm. He's at 19. And this is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spells? It's only 8 spells. Nah, Kathleen, it's only 8 spells. Let's do the math here again. He's at 19. Just go for Sheldock YOLO. He's 1 land. If I counted right, no, Cathal, it's only 3 spells from my hand, and then when you do the Doomsday pile, you get 5 more spells. Stein says, I think Sheldock works. Need my list. Yeah, I definitely can't just... I could Sheldock him, because the needle's already in play. Outside of a Wasteland, we're good to go. I don't hate waiting 1 turn, which would be Therapy, the Vendilion Clique, and then... try to get there. Wow. It's a bunch of lands. So there's no possible way he can have Force next turn. And if he cracks a fetch, he's dead to Storm. Now, he may not just immediately crack it. There's not much reason to do so. I drew a Delta. Okay. Does that change the math? No, I think I have to Sheldock him. This doesn't change the math. Unfortunately. Like, the Tarmogoyf... I think I have to just Shell Dock him. Like, if this was a spell, I could kill him. And he's not going to crack the Delta. Why would you? Which would make him dead. I'll go to 7? I'll go to 6. Excuse me. No, I'll go to 5. Probe first to see what you draw. Shelldock or Riot, Sister Fiend. Stein, if you probe, then you're going even lower. So here's the dealio. We have a couple different lines here, gentlemen. So relax. Relax. So if we Doomsday for Shelldock, I have to probe so that we play the Shelldock this turn, and then we hope he doesn't top Needle or Wasteland. Does that make sense? So, because like I have to crack these. So that puts me to 12. Then I Doomsday, I go to 6. Then I probe, I go to 4. If he grows the Tarmogoyf at all, I die. Is this shrinking the Tarmogoyf? No, because he has sorcery already in his graveyard. Just go for Shelldock. I could even go to 5. No, I'd be going to 4, Cathal. I would be going to 4. You don't think he's going to grow the Tarmogoyf? Probably not. There's a chance, like if he tops like Abrupt Decay, he can toast Needle or the Lion's Eye. Keep in mind that when you Doomsday, everything in Graveyard grows the Goyf. If you crack Lion's Eye, you die to Tarmo. Why would I? I'm not planning on it. Like, we're either storming here or we're going for the Shelldock. If I don't hit another spell, this probe is terrible. We could easily not hit a spell. You can pay blue for probe and go to 5, says P-Dick. Not exactly. The problem with that line is... the problem... Cast the Lion's Eye. The problem with that... Yeah, I know Doomsday's going to exile. I feel like if we go for Shelldock, we probably die anyway, so trying to storm is your best option. I mean, if he top decks anything relevant... The thing is he's probably sideboarded in a lot of his permission. Instead. Yeah, I mean it's really easy for us to draw a dud off the top. I could see going for Shelldock kill. Why we die to Shelldock, says P-Dick? Because I need to put it into play. I need to put this into play immediately. I need to put the Shelldock into play immediately. Yeah. He probably won't get the Tarmogoyf to power 5. I don't know, famous last words. Let's go for it. I don't want to just sit here. Let's go for it. I think you make him think about white cards, even though... Or no, this isn't right. Well, if he gets waste, we lose anyway. If he gets a Wasteland, I lose anyway. Alrighty. You can go to 5, play lands, says Cathal. Yeah, so we're going to probe to get the Shelldock into hand. Alright, Emmy. Let me grow this a little bit. Make this a little bigger so we can see what's going on. Pedix says player land. No. If you play the land, then we're not getting the Shelldock into play this turn. One of the ways that this works, P-Dick, is because we have the Gitaxian Probe. We have a draw spell. We have to play the Shelldock as my turn 4 land, or we just don't get there. Here. This is where Dark Ritual and Petals are really nice, which you keep in. Alright, so Needle, Chain of Vapor, Shelldock. My mouse is not happy. Hang on, let me try to use trackpad. Maybe that'll work. I normally never mess with the trackpad, but I've noticed that my Doomsdays, I just need a new mouse. My Doomsdays have taken a really long time. Not just because of the thought involved, but because like the card selecting, it doesn't stay green. There we go. And Needle. I don't know what it is about Moto, it takes its sweet time picking the cards I need. Is it my mouse or is it Moto? I think it's both. I mean, Moto is just really unresponsive anytime you do like a mass search like gifts or anytime you do a mass search,